This is my battle of proof. And I would like to invite Spirit to be with us as I go through this program. Athena, please be with me as I work within the Order of Paladins. Help me to be a warrior, but a wise and compassionate one, that I may seek always to master myself and create community. And I also call upon Artemis. Help me serve the living planet that is Gaia. Run with me in the wild places and let me aim true at my chosen target. I've done this exercise many times. My personal lines for the Song of Amergin. And these are some of the things I've come up with. You may have noticed that at our various rituals and ceremonies over the last few years, it seems to change. And there's a reason for that. I keep going back to it. I am the white mare by moonlight emerging from shadowed oak boughs, which was my first image of the goddess when I was much younger. I am the traveler always upon your threshold. I am the deep pool that feeds my pen and the fountaining words. I am the messenger squirrel bringing word from heaven to earth. I am the seaborn dolphin shedding diamond droplets as I rise. I am the sun's hawk aloft that sees the patterns of the land. I am coyote dancing alone in the desert. I am the athame of the lady that draws the moving circle's boundary. I am the huntress, bow drawn and eye steady. I am the moon goddess, arcane lantern in the dark of night. I am the sun goddess, radiant in my shadowed cave. I am the solitary mystery, dwelling in our shared and infinite heart. In preparing for this, I looked up some definitions. And mastery seems to involve the comprehensive knowledge or skill in a subject or accomplishment, control or superiority over someone or something, which did not resonate at all. The authority of a master, superiority, ascendancy, maybe not. Possession or display of great skill or technique, full command of a subject of study. Well, in my mind, at least, I have full command of nothing. And more on that. From magister, a master or teacher in ancient Rome or at a medieval university, an appellation given to persons of scientific or literary distinction, equivalent to the modern doctor. And interestingly, titles sometimes given to a witch's priest or priestess, the leader or leaders of a coven. And from Kerr's writings in the Order, this about the magical weapon, what does it represent? Creativity, will, vision, strength, spirit. What could be a symbol of this path that others can see? An action, a statement, a symbol. Well, that's today's presentation. Could be a warrior dance, a demonstration of psychic ability, a written essay, something that demonstrates mastery. Understanding of the true meaning of the magical weapon that you are dedicated to. I seem to be dedicated to several variants of my weapon. My weapons are the staff or wand, or more specifically, the wand and the pen. Yeah. don't know if you can see it in the video, but that's my symbolic pen. In actual fact, I do most of my writing on the computer. And of course, one of my many wands. And the bow and arrow are also emerging as a third variant on that magical weapon. I did write a book on wand magic. The wand represents a ritual tool of fire, of will, clarity, focus, and directed energy. All of these are really important to me. They are qualities of mind and spirit that I'm constantly working on. The pen is my vehicle, my vessel for sharing my thoughts with the world. I happen to have a lot of information and I hope some insight into my chosen spiritual path, and I do try to share that. Really, all of the elements are involved in the pen and in the wand. Feeling and emotion, the practical uses of earth, thought and imagination. All of these come together in my chosen weapons. And a reminder that we have officially replaced Master with Magister. And I breathe a great sigh of relief because I have a better shot, I think, at becoming a Magister than I ever would at becoming a Master. At least if Master represents comprehensive or full command of a subject. I'm not sure that's even possible, but Magister, possibly. And I mentioned the bow and arrow as another variant of the wand and the staff. And I have been taking it up again recently, working on archery. I am not a master archer, but I love the qualities it represents and demands, the focus and the will and the communication with the target, becoming one with whatever the target is. I was speaking to a friend a couple of days ago about archery. She came out to Argentine and we shot together for a little while. And in a wild hunt ritual, 3 times she has represented the arrow in the wild hunt, not the hunter and not the prey, but the arrow. And the way she does that is to, well, assume a costume that is sort of arrow-like. And then when she is launched during the ritual, she runs straight toward the target. And rather than attacking them, she embraces them. And I love that description of being the arrow, that you know your target, you become one with your target, you fly to your target and embrace it. So I work with Artemis. She personifies will, mental focus, directed energy. And I am not, and perhaps never will be, a master archer, but I do enjoy the reminder of what archery can bring out in us. I'm not a very good archer. I can hit the target most of the time if I'm close, but archery teaches me about will. And the question, of course, is, am I qualified for the rank of Magister? And I looked over accomplishments throughout my life as a way of sort of assessing my competence, my mastery, my magistry. And I look back at my youth and I had all of these scholarly and academic accomplishments, National Merit Scholarship, president of the student body at my university, and so forth and so on. And I came to the conclusion, whoops, I do not feel that I mastered my studies, nor was I really a true scholar. I thought about my career in the scouting program. I spent many years in the scouting program, both as a participant and later as an adult professional, and still later as a volunteer leader with local troops. So there I am at Philmont in my scout uniform. We were doing a cavalcade with older scouts from my troop. It involves riding around Philmont Scout Ranch on horseback and doing various stuff. So by external standards, at least, I accomplished a lot during the time I was in the scouting program. And yet, I do not feel that I completely mastered scouting or any of the skills it teaches. I have been a teacher and or a training professional for a very long time. I did that for the scouting program in Michigan. I did that for a corporation here in New Mexico. I did that for the federal government as a trainer for the action program in the Midwest. I have taught all kinds of things from yoga to cave lore to calligraphy and so on and so on. I spent about 60 years teaching or training in various venues, and then, of course, helped start Ardentane. And yet, I have a lot to learn as a teacher. I still learn as much from my students, I think, as they ever do from me. So that's an ever receding horizon, is to become the best teacher I can be. I have never, in 60 years of teaching, taught a single class where I thought that was perfect. That has never happened. I am a writer. I have co-authored or authored 10 published books, and they have sold a few 100,000 copies among them. Those are a few of them right there. Azrael and I have about 25 more books in the pipeline, hoping to finish 2 or 3 more this year. And it goes on because writing is challenging, it's creative, it's fun, and the feedback we get seems to indicate that it's valuable to other people. We're going to keep writing. And yet, I don't feel that I have reached the pinnacle of my craft as a writer. I keep hoping the next book will be better yet. I am a Wiccan priestess and have been for over 40 years. In the pagan way tradition, I achieved the 4th degree and was ordained, helped start the Ladywood tradition, and I've been with my current coven for 27 years. I've been a national officer of the Covenant of the Goddess, probably led more than 500 rituals. That's led, not just participated in, and so on and so on and so forth. And I do not feel that I have mastered all there is to know within my chosen spiritual path, nor do I expect to in this lifetime. Being a human being and not a hermit, I am in relationship with other humans and have been. I have had close relationships with a few people and very good friendships with quite a few people over my lifetime. Most went well, some were disasters. Many continue today. My son lives nearby. We're on good terms. And I have been 27 years with Azrael, my beloved partner, and we are still going strong. But I have not mastered every skill and nuance of human relationships. Is that even possible? It certainly has not happened with me. I am continually finding new ways to be a friend, to be a partner, to be a parent. So, summing up, if being a magister means teaching what I can to others, that I already do, and probably will continue as long as anyone seems to find what I have to share to be valuable in their lives. If mastery or being a magister means comprehensive knowledge or skill in a subject, full command of a subject, then I have achieved mastery in nothing. If life is a journey and not a destination, then I think in general, complete mastery cannot be attained. I have gained skills in many things, and it is possible that I have achieved mastery in one thing. I persevere. I have met a lot of challenges in my life and still encounter new ones. I'm still standing. I'm still walking. And I am so glad that Kerr wrote, mastery is a practice of lifelong work and never a pinnacle. And this concludes my proof. I request initiation into the rank of Knight Magister, and I thank you both for all that you have shared with me over the last years and continue to share. You are both an inspiration to me.
I'd say it's the other way around.
I would say the same thing.
Oh, wow. You have put what's been in my brain and what's been in my heart for years into words. That skill that you have to be able to do that is incredible. It truly is.
That was utterly awesome. I'm in awe.
Thank you.
That's wonderful. It truly, it's like you saw into my soul. That's how I feel so much of the time. That's fabulous. That really is. I'm in awe.
This is my vote. This is how you vote. Open hand. You're in. That's it.
Definitely. I would hug you if I was in the same room and I was allowed to.
Oh, I wish.
It's coming. It's coming next year.